Is slow communication strangling your team's productivity? Your team discovers a critical issue, but getting it addressed by upper management and cross-functional teams probably feels like you're navigating through a bureaucratic maze. Emails get lost, approvals take forever, and the problem continues ballooning while your team feels powerless and frustrated as they're stuck waiting. But what if there was a simple solution to cut through all that red tape and keep your team moving forward? Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Doug Howard, and I'm a leadership coach and consultant who specializes in helping you master the human side of management. If you're a leader who's passionate about helping your team thrive, hit that subscribe button. Today we're tackling a common challenge: slow communication that hinders problem solving and frustrates teams. We all recognize problems quickly, but getting the problem on the decision maker's radar feels like an act of Congress. Meanwhile, the problem just continues lingering and it continues impacting your whole team, or even your customer. This frustration breeds negativity and disengagement, where your team starts asking themselves, why bother if the problem's never going to get fixed? And if this happens long enough, this frustration breeds negativity and disengagement, where your team eventually starts asking themselves, why bother if problems like this never get fixed? And if this happens long enough, you might even begin feeling and thinking this way too. As this cycle repeats itself over and over again, you're going to start losing credibility with your team too. But there's an extremely simple solution for breaking this cycle, streamlining communication, empowering your team, and addressing problems quickly so that you can keep everything moving forward. The answer lies in a powerful tool called Daily Tiered Escalating Meetings. This simple framework creates a clear communication cascade, ensuring issues get addressed promptly and efficiently. There's 5 reasons why this approach is a game changer. The first is rapid problem solving. Tiered Escalating Meetings helps you bypass bureaucratic hurdles by identifying the right people to address issues quickly. Instead of waiting for weeks for approvals, issues get discussed and potentially resolved immediately, which prevents them from snowballing into bigger problems. The second main benefit is empowered teams. Instead of feeling helpless, your team is going to actually feel valued and capable of tackling challenges head-on within this structure. The third benefit is enhanced transparency. Regular tiered escalating meetings keep everyone on the same page, preventing misunderstandings and ensuring key stakeholders are informed, which is obviously going to foster collaboration and better decision-making. The fourth benefit is improved accountability. Daily tiered escalating meetings break down silos and ensure that all teams are kept informed and involved in relevant issues. Also, this system establishes clear ownership for everybody, which ensures that issues don't get lost in the shuffle. The fifth and final benefit is stronger team morale. With this structure in place, you're going to catch issues early before they snowball, which is going to prevent significant damage to your projects and your team's morale. Also, when your team feels heard and seen on a regular basis, and when they're seeing that problems get addressed quickly, it's going to foster a can-do attitude that keeps your team engaged while also boosting their confidence and their motivation. Here's how daily tiered escalating meetings work. Tier 1 is the team huddle. This is a short daily meeting about 10 to 15 minutes long, and it's for your immediate team. In these meetings, the leader is going to foster open discussions around roadblocks, updates, and minor issues, as well as brainstorming potential solutions and deciding which unresolved matters need to be escalated to the next level. Tier 2 is at the middle manager level. This meeting consists of middle managers or representatives from each Tier 1 team huddle. What happens here is each of these leaders are going to gather to share escalated issues that came from the Tier 1 meeting. They're going to come together to seek support from each other's teams. They're going to identify problems that require higher level attention. These meetings are about 15 to 30 minutes long, and they're held as often as needed. All the team leaders should hold this spot open on their calendar, but if there aren't any issues to discuss, the meeting is canceled for that day, and everyone gains 15 to 30 minutes back on their calendar. Anything that can't be resolved at the middle manager level gets escalated to the next level. Tier 3 is the senior leadership level. This is reserved for highly complex issues that require senior leadership intervention, broader strategic decisions, or cross-departmental collaboration. In these meetings, senior leadership will convene to prioritize and address escalated issues, as well as make key decisions and allocate resources as needed. These meetings are 30 to 60 minutes long, and they're held weekly or bi-weekly. Just like the Tier 2 meetings, the senior leadership team keeps this time locked on their calendars, and if there's no issues to address, the meeting isn't held. One quick note on this: I'm just giving you examples of how often these meetings should be held and how long they should be, but the frequency and duration of each tier meeting can be adapted to your team's size and your team's unique needs. As simple as this system sounds, sometimes it's hard to implement something like this depending on the type of culture you have at your company. So I want to go through a few of the most common roadblocks that prevent this system from getting put in place. I also want to give you solutions for how to overcome these common roadblocks. The first roadblock is lack of time. The solution here is simple: schedule short, focused meetings. Preparation is key. Encourage that team members come with specific issues and potential solutions. Focus on brevity. The saved time from faster problem solving is going to heavily outweigh the time investment. Roadblock 2 is fear of escalation. The solution here is emphasizing collaboration and problem solving, not blame. These meetings are about finding solutions, not pointing fingers. The third roadblock is unprepared teams. The solution here is encourage teams to come prepared with identified issues and potential solutions. Provide your team with guidance on how to best present information as well. The goal is to keep these meetings moving. Roadblock 4, meeting fatigue. The solution here is simple too. Ensure that the meetings stay productive and actionable. You can also rotate leadership roles in the Tier 1 and Tier 2 meetings to change it up and to prevent burnout. For example, if you're a middle manager, you can have one of your senior direct reports run the meeting one week, and they can also be your team's representative at the Tier 2 meetings for that week. Daily tiered meetings are a game changer for communication and problem solving. By implementing this simple framework, you can empower your team, boost morale, and keep your projects on track. But remember, clear and concise communication is essential for the success of these meetings. And speaking of communication, do you ever feel like you're talking, but you're not sure if the other person is actually registering what you're saying? I explain why this happens and how to overcome it in my episode called How to Make Sure People Listen and Understand You. You'll learn powerful communication techniques that ensure your message lands every time. And it's a great way to keep your daily tiered escalating meetings productive and moving forward. So I encourage you to check that episode out.